You're listening to the Telltale channel. Don't forget to check me out on all social media: Patreon, Twitter, Teespring, and Etsy. All links can be found in the description or on my website, telltaleatheist.com. Hey, this is Owen. If you're comfortable, leave your first name and state at the sound of the tiny truck backing up.
Hey, this is Isaac. I'm from Florida. I just wanted to call because I recently went on a medical mission to Jamaica, and what I noticed was there was an insane amount of Jehovah's Witness churches around. They even outnumbered the non-Jehovah's Witness churches, like Catholics, Episcopalians. All of those churches were like, the ratio was like 5 Jehovah's Witness church to like 2 of non-Jehovah's Witness churches. And I thought that was really peculiar. I didn't notice that the previous years I'd gone, and I thought it was interesting. I'm wondering if you knew anything about that. Anyway, if you can look that up, that would be pretty great. Anyway, that's it.
Yeah, appreciate the phone call on that. Out of curiosity, I ended up looking up some statistics on Jehovah's Witnesses, so a lot of you guys probably heard of Pew Research Center. I talk about them from time to time. Really fascinating website, really fascinating resource. So they do polling on various denominations, various demographics, various different groups of people. And they did a Jehovah's Witness religious landscape study. So Jamaica is not covered in this. I can't speak to why it seems that there are more Jehovah's Witnesses in Jamaica than in most other countries or most other provinces or states or whatever else. But I thought this could be an interesting thing to take a look at regardless. So let me just start at the very top. Demographic information. Age distribution among Jehovah's Witnesses. Percents of Jehovah's Witnesses who are ages 18 to 29. Okay, so they do these every 7 years, I believe. 2007, 21% of Jehovah's Witnesses were 18 to 29 years old. In 2014, it was 15% of the population was 18 to 29 years old. And I think they're doing another one in 2021, so next year they'll be doing one. Then we've got ages 30 to 49. In 2007, 39% of Jehovah's Witnesses were aged 30 to 49. And then in 2014, 34% were 30 to 49 years old. So the trend that I'm seeing here is, as time goes on, 2007 to 2014, it looks like the population is aging. They're getting older, and they're not really filling in those age ranges with new members. That's what it seems like to me. Generational cohort among Jehovah's Witnesses. Percent of Jehovah's Witnesses who are younger millennial, older millennial, Generation X, baby boomer, silent generation, greatest generation. So in 2007, younger millennials made up less than 1%. In 2014, younger millennial made up 10%. 2007, older millennial made up 16%. And then 2014, older millennial made up 10%, interestingly enough. Gender composition among Jehovah's Witnesses. In 2007, men were 40% of the religion, women were 60%. In 2014, men were 35%, women were 65%. Racial and ethnic composition among Jehovah's Witnesses. Now, this one's particularly interesting to me because when I was growing up as a Jehovah's Witness, they were all very serious about how we were all God's children and we should all love each other equally, and racism is absolutely ridiculous, and all that other stuff. Really a good message, surprisingly. They really wanted to draw the lines between insiders versus outsiders rather than, blacks versus whites or whatever. So the fact that these numbers are what they are doesn't really surprise me at all. In 2007, 48% of the Jehovah's Witness population was white, 22% was black, less than 1% was Asian, 24% was Latino. It says 5% was other or mixed, and in 2014, 36% was white, as opposed to the 48% who was white before. So the religion seems to be becoming more diverse. So 36% white in 2014, down from 48% in 2007. 27% in 2014 were black, which is up from 22% in 2007. And then we've got 32% Latino in 2014, which is up from 24% in 2007. So, very interesting statistics. Immigrant status among Jehovah's Witnesses. 2007, 16% were immigrants. In 2014, 25% were immigrants. 2007, 75% were third generation or higher. And in 2014, 67% were third generation or higher. Now we're getting into income distribution, which is a really interesting subject for me, because naturally, Jehovah's Witnesses kind of are largely opposed to higher education. So now we're getting into income distribution and educational distribution among Jehovah's Witnesses. Income distribution in 2007, less than $30,000 a year. 42% of Jehovah's Witnesses made less than $30,000 a year in 2007. 48% in 2014 made less than $30,000 a year. So a higher percentage of Jehovah's Witnesses in 2014 make less money than the rest. So 30,000 to 50,000 in 2007, 23% made that much. In 2014, 25% made that much money. So in 2007, 26% made $50,000 to $100,000 a year. In 2014, that number fell to 22%. In 2007, 9% of Jehovah's Witnesses made over $100,000 a year. In 2014, 4% made more than that. So the numbers seem to be moving toward poverty as time goes on, which does not surprise me at all. Interestingly enough, 2007 is about the year that I left the religion. So all the changes that they're making right now in the religion since I've left it are leaving them in a worse state than they were before. Educational distribution among Jehovah's Witnesses. In 2014, I guess they didn't track this in 2007, 63% had high school or less. 25% had some college, 9% had a college degree, and 3% had a postgraduate degree. 3%. That is amazing. Now, this one is even more interesting to me. Marital status among Jehovah's Witnesses. 2007, 53% of Jehovah's Witnesses were married, and it stayed the same in 2014. In 2007, 1% were living with a partner, which is a disfellowshipping offense. You are no longer a Jehovah's Witness if you are doing that. I'm amazed they even admitted to that. And then in 2014, 5% said they were living with a partner. That's amazing. I can't even believe they admitted to it. Divorced or separated, 14% in 2007, 12% in 2014. 11% in 2007 were widowed, 8% in 2014. 20% were never married in 2007, 21% in 2014. So I think that's a really fascinating glimpse into the statistics of the religion and the direction that it's moving and what the end results are of it moving in that direction. So